Hey, thanks for checking out our Hummer on YouTube. This is Chris with Car Cave. It's www.carcaveusa.com, 803-262-4742. Like to start off with a few things. We're kind of a well-versatile shop, dealing a lot of oddball, eclectic, cool, vintage, exotic cars. We have full shopping back. Do a wide variety of things here, including AM General military Humvees. Got one sitting outside that I owned for a long time. And this is the civilian version, the AM General Hummer 4-door wagon. Started with the doors open, figured it'd be a little bit easier to do a walk around. This is a 95 model with a 350 V8, so Chevy small block. I got a drip pan under it because it is leaking a little bit of oil. This guy is in a barn, so kind of cool story. The biggest piece of property in town went up for sale. The guy that bought it, he got this as part of the deal. They're just using this to pull things out around on the farm. And I saw it back in October last year. It was just sitting in a barn, literally. Nobody was driving it. Got used on the property. So it has low miles, but you know, it does need some work. So if you want to see the mechanical review, my guys ran through it. It drove here, which is about 30 miles, went out for photos. Jake, who drove it, said it actually drives better than you would perceive or think. He's like, it drives really well, but you're gonna need to shake it down. You know, I think guy said it has the oil leak that needs to be addressed. Like CTIS doesn't work. I know I just moved all the windows. They're all operable, but we'll get to that. We'll look at the doors here. It did have a color change repaint, so you can see some of the overspray. You can see the old white sitting there. And things like the old window tint, you're gonna need to remove. So it's not I wouldn't call it a project, but you're gonna need to do some reconditioning. Like I said, it drove in here. The car's complete, it was getting maintained. Things, like the armrest being loose here. You see how it needs to be fixed. So we didn't get into this car. It's gonna be a good one for someone to go through, do for themselves. You know, clean up, go through, drive. It says 41,550 miles on the clock. Let's see. We'll fire it up. It runs good. It's actually pretty smooth. There's no noxious emissions coming off of it. We're in an enclosed building. But it's a 350, so if you want to upgrade the motor and put some juice to this thing, you could. You don't see a lot of the 350s. Like I said, you can hear that it's smooth. There's no fuel leaks, there's no coolant leaks, the brakes work as they should. Tires are getting older and they're mismatched, so that's one of the first things that drew my eye. I do have the pins out of the front grille, so we can fold up the hood and the latches out there. Given we're in an enclosed building, I'm going to shut it off here in a second. Needs a gas cap. I mean, there's things you can go through and do it. Our shop's full and backed up, and we said, hey, this would be good and not a hard car to repair. It'd be good for someone else to go through. Losing my train of thought here. But anyway, horn works, the cab lights work. Let me see the headliner here. Kind of walked around and saw the paint condition. The paint's okay work, but you can catch where the old white used to be. You saw the armrest, seat condition here, door panels, the dash. It'd actually be good to take out and drive. Nobody really drives these things. Go use it up in the mountains, use it on a ranch. Get use out of it. You have your old GM panel here. You can see where that got sourced from. And I'm looking around in here. I haven't spent a lot of time in it yet, so at the same time you're getting to see it, I'm getting to see it. You know, little things like a speaker cover there, visors are intact. I don't see anything particular missing. It's a complete vehicle. It runs, drives, moves. Just has some age to it. You're looking at almost 30 years old now. Let's shut the doors, see what we got. We'll pull the hood open. Like I said, my guys went through for about 4 hours just to look it all down. make sure the systems were straight on it, and you can review those notes. But we didn't do any repairs. We said we got other projects, so I believe it was out on the property for 15 years or so. Where we got it from, he had bought it along and it conveyed with the property about a year ago. I didn't go on the inside here, so let me open back up. See down floors, doors, up and around. And weather stripping's a little aged. See more of the guys will go out and do some social media of it driving, running. Our photographer didn't come back with any complaints. He drove it, I don't know, 5-6 miles to go take pictures. Yeah, there's some stains in here. Nothing's perfect, but it's also complete. Like I was saying earlier in the video, you know, little things like a speaker cover that you need to go through. Somebody added an aftermarket tack. And there's scratches. It was used on the farm. The paint's not perfect, but we're also not at a huge number on this one. So we want to be fully transparent. You have questions, like, contact us. We'll tell you what we know about it and what the guys looked over and what we didn't. But I wouldn't suggest driving this home by any means. It's not a get in and drive immediately. Even though they drove it here, but I think you're going to lose some oil. You can see what little bits on the pan already. I think they said they noticed the oil pan gasket. Does have the CTIs from factory, but like I said, not working. All the glass seems intact. You need to get the old tint off. It's kind of annoying there. I don't see any body damage. So, you know, farm use, but there's no dents that I see. You know, tree branch scratches. The doors are pretty straight, which if you have a military version, you're trying to shop for doors, they're not cheap. Door top, around. I don't think there's any dents in the roof there. Hey, a little guy right here that you can see. You can see the tree branches come down the side and the paint. Let's get in there. If I can do this one-handed. Oh, we gotta put the grill down. Ha. Let's pull my pin before you get in trouble with this. And try again. It's after hours. We got part of it. Start to flex on me. Might need to set the camera down. All right, I'm sitting down. I like to do one single shot. I need 2 hands. Get you back in focus there. There we are. I didn't want to focus out. So like I said, on the driving, Jake's feedback was it drives better than you would think. Take that as you will, but looking at, hey, it's been sitting in a barn, it's used for farm use, and you can see some sap that got to it come across the hood. You know, there's imperfections, but it does have a good look to it. With all of it down and the door shut. The wagons are always, they were my favorite style. So solid look to it. It pretty much, it's very true to what you think it would be. Pulled out of a barn, it was maintained, not babied, needs some love. Real easily could be on the road. Didn't feel any drivetrain binding or transmission slipping or anything else. Motor seems to get good compression. But you know, you'll need to give it a tune up, chase some leaks. I believe do the AC if you want AC. That's one of the bonuses of the civilian models. They're a little bit more comfortable and refined. But yeah, there it is. We'll go back here and show you the shop too. Do a lot of Land Rovers, Land Cruisers. Like I said, we have a military Humvee outside, BMWs. We got a 3000 GT, an air-cooled Porsche down there. Somehow they sold a lot of cars in the last week, so the showroom's partially empty, and they've been packing the backside of new arrivals too. So got something like the OBS 7.3 here, short bed, crew cab, I think 74,000 original miles. Defender we're working on, old Jag, got Defender, got a nice Chevy truck, another Defender putting a roll cage on over there, KZJ70, someone didn't get the door shut, keeps the light on in there. And RS2000 we're working on, FJ62, another Defender, a 442, a Defender. That's kind of cool, nice setup. V8 here, another V8 we're doing, a V12 Benz, a TD5 Defender, another V8 Defender, and a crew cab over there. So there you go, there's the shop.